the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're about to get a rematch of Super Bowl 58. This should be a good one to watch. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Now from the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, this is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Here's Jake Moody to get this one kicked off. And off we go from Santa Clara. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs come out with the face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. 2-time regular season MVP, 3-time Super Bowl MVP. Just in his 8th year, best in the business at the helm for KC, Greg.
I'll tell you what, Mike, we have a blast every week doing this, but when we get our assignments and we see this guy on deck, it just gets a little bit more special. I mean, to witness firsthand one of the greatest, one of the most transcendent players of all time at the quarterback position, you just know when he's on the field, you're likely to witness something special. And needless to say, I think we're all pretty excited for this one.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Hunt. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. They put Kelsey in motion. And that ball incomplete over the middle. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. That's complete. Who else? It's Kelsey. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down.
They call this the alley. So it's the area between the hash marks and the numbers. And depending on what defense they're in, there is a lot of space to be had down those seams. So if this defense doesn't make a couple of adjustments, I wouldn't expect this offense to target any other place on this field.
Right back to the air for Mahomes.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. Here come the 49ers, and they are led by Brock Purdy. You know the story, taken last in the 2022 draft. The last 2 seasons, he has led the Niners deep in the playoffs. And it's his 3rd season, Greg, as the QB for San Francisco.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted 1st overall or, in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes.
They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good.
In trouble, and down he goes. That is Chris Jones, the All-Pro, getting it done.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That's into the hands of Jordan Mason. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. So, 1 quarter in the books in this rematch of Super Bowl 58. 7-0 is our score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Third and long. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He gets this one to Samuel. It's complete. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Chiefs offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Nice job there by Kelsey moving the chains. And to think he's in his 12th season, Mike, and he's able to continue to produce at such a high level, you can make an argument he's one of the most popular guys in the entire league, and he's still one of the best players regardless of position.
On 1st down, it's Mahomes. That one on target to Watson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy. 19 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Two minutes remaining. 1st half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I back with you from Santa Clara in a moment. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. Now they'll set up the screen for Hunt. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Mahomes now to throw again. And he'll take it on in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, KC. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the 1st half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
And Butker on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs move out on top, 14-0. 49ers, nothing. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, it's Ronnie Bell. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The 49ers offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score, as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. On 1st and 10, Purdy. He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the gun, it's Purdy. That's complete to Mason. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. The throw on the run is complete. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
They'll put Ayuk in motion. He's got it at the 7. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back to the air again is Purdy. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. Purdy gonna put it up again. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Now Jake Moody for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the 49ers are on the board. It's now 14-7. Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. A couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So, we reach halftime, and the visitors, the Chiefs, out on top as we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Niners offense and their running back set to go once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing on second down is Purdy. He's going to take a shot down the field. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, they're...
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. Two different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection. How can we get extra bodies and extra attention? Because we still got a long way to go in this one.
The 49ers out to punt this one. And he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. He'll take this in back at the 16. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. The man in motion is Watson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, a carry for Hunt. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant. And once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
On third down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. For any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
That is fielded at the 13. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Throwing on first down is Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. They face second down and 7. Throwing is Purdy. Right side, pulled in by Samuel. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
A big play there with Purdy to Ayuk. 61 yards. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is first down and goal. That's into the hands of the fullback. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line. Now, here's second and goal. Again in the air for Purdy. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time. And now it's third and goal.
You could just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close.
That one, taken in. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown San Francisco. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready for this next possession. This one everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. He'll run. Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll stick to the ground. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Into the hands of Juju. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They put Kelsey in motion. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, option. Still second down.
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. They go with Hunt. And he's going to go backwards again. They went to him twice in a row. The defense stops him twice in a row for loss. And now it's 4th down. On comes the Chiefs punter. Important punt here in this tie game late. Take it in, back at his own 12. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. Here's first down. They'll drop to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Samuel has it working in the middle. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They're trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the 4th quarter?
A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
That ball intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Southern California.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll start in outstanding field position, looking for a way to break our tie. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Hunt. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Timeout 49ers. That is their 2nd. As it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Second down and 8. Mahomes fakes the give and keeps it himself. The Niners will use their 3rd and final timeout, and it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game. The faithful roaring here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. They'll run here. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. They needed 2 and gained 6.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
They still have all 3 timeouts, and here we go with 1st and 10. Here's a run with Hunt. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Big moment for a guy who's made some big kicks in his career, Harrison Butker. This to win the game. This kick is good. And the Chiefs move out in front. The new score, 17-14. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.